Everybody, welcome back. It is I, DJTurtleVortex, and in this video, I wanted to talk about Season 2's meta, how some of the heroes have been shaping up with Season 2's changes, whether they're okay after their buffs, or if their nerfs have severely hurt them. This tier list is going to be a bit more unique. It's not going to be like S, A, B, C, and D. We're going to be going over who's meta, who can counter the meta, or who is really good at adding new playstyles, and some sleeper or niche picks. I personally don't think some heroes are bad. I don't think there is any bad character in this game. I just think that there are some that are easier to do better in than others, whereas others require a bit more skill expression or have a higher skill ceiling or are just really unpopular. Sometimes that's all it boils down to, right? Before we dive in, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and I want to thank everybody for supporting this channel over the weeks as I've been grinding out content. I can't wait to show you guys what I have for this weekend. So we're gonna go in the order of how the balance post kind of starts, like who it changes, and then anybody else who is left, we will just bring them onto the list one by one, by denomination. Okay, so the first character is Captain America. Now in Season 2, Captain America had his base health reduced and his shield value was reduced as well. They did fix the bug where his shield was not reflecting if he was walking backwards. That was a bug. It did ruin things in 1.5 for a little bit for Captain America. But overall, I still think, and the reason why they reduced, and you'll notice this too with Doctor Strange, but the reason why they reduced his HP is because in this season, he's an anchor for a team up. And a lot of people forget that. When you are an anchor for a team up, you get a seasonal bonus, right? And when the next season, when this season ends, season 3 begins, if they change the team up or if they remove it or what have you, that means that they're going to compensate for Captain America, just like they did with Doctor Strange here, right? So we'll get to Doctor Strange, but we'll start with Captain America. In the team up anchor bonus, he gets a maximum health increase of 100 and a 5% boost in damage. I think a lot of people are forgetting. He's getting a damage boost, so and a HP boost. So he's losing 25 HP, but he's gaining 75 from the anchor bonus. He's getting a 5% damage boost, and his shield has been reduced by 50. But his shield can reflect, so it works a little bit more unique than all the other shields. So I think I'm gonna have Captain America I want to say counter. I really want to say counter, but I think he's a sleeper pick. I think he's a sleeper pick because not only is his team up really good for him, but his team up partner is still really good. We'll get to Winter Soldier later on. So now we go to Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange in this season will see a reduction in his primary fire from 18 to 16, and his Maelstrom of Madness damage will be reduced. They say the conversion is reduced, but by proxy that also means the damage. Now he is a team-up anchor for Scarlet Witch this season, and that means that he is getting a 100%, no, not 100%, but 100 health increase. So, and you could tell from the previous seasons where they reduced his shield recovery and his overall HP, it's sort of like a reversion from previous seasons. Granted, now that they've reduced his damage a little bit, that's because Scarlet Witch's damage output has increased significantly with this team up. It's actually insane how amazing it is for her. So I think I'm gonna have and Doctor Strange is like that evergreen kind of character. He's like that character who, no matter how much you harm him, his just the foundation of his kit is so good that he'll never be, low tier until like they just gut him. Like they have to gut him for that to happen. And I think he's getting close to that, but I think they're managing it really well this season. I think he's meta still. Is he gonna be picked as much as some of the other tanks? Maybe not, but he is still very powerful in pretty much all levels of play. Like you'll still see him in bronze and even in eternity and one above all. Like he's still gonna be super strong. So let's go over to the next hero who's being changed, and it is Hulk. Man, Hulk is Hulk is really, really good this season. So in this season, they increased his base movement speed from 600 to 650. His shield has gotten a cooldown to 10 seconds, and they decreased the minimum charge time. So he could jump faster. You could charge to jump faster, and you could jump much sooner. I think Hulk is... And the only reason why Hulk doesn't get much play is because he enables the wildest team-ups. He still has the team-up bonus as well. Like, he hasn't lost it as well. He hasn't lost it. But it's only been moved now to Namor, who wasn't always... Like, he wasn't, like, meta in that... Okay, hold on. I want to make sure I'm saying this right. He wasn't, like, super played... Never mind. Namor's meta. I'm going to stop right there. I'm letting my bias show. Namor was meta. And now he's going to be even more meta. And Iron Man Gamma was already ridiculously strong. That laser beam would just melt anybody with 250, 275, and even just a little bit longer, 300 HP. It's just a tank melter too. Like, it was ridiculous. He's still going to be getting banned. I think just it's easier to ban Hulk and still have that potential Namor pick than to ban Namor and leave that chance open for a Gamma Iron Man. So I think his playtime will still be low, but to be fair, like, if you just take in what Hulk can do, I think he's meta. But I'm going to place him in niche. I think he's really good, but it's going to be hard for people to pick him over some of the other tanks that we'll go over later on. And one of the main tanks that is probably blocking access for so many other tanks to be meta is Magneto. Magneto, even though this season his ultimate is getting a really slight ultimate energy cost increase, this guy is ridiculous. This guy can do it all. You know, his shield has infinite HP. It's only by duration, right? It's a timer. It's not a health thing like Doctor Strange or Captain America or Emma Frost. It's a timer thing. His barrier protects him against pretty much everything in the game. His ultimate is like the best counter ability against, you know, other support ultimates and even DPS ultimates that have projectiles, right? The only character who could potentially defeat that ultimate is melee characters who can ignore it, and Punisher who could just bulldoze through it. And especially now with the Emma Frost team up, Magneto is going to be, oh my god, Magneto is going to be really strong. He is absolutely meta. Absolutely meta. Up next is Peni Parker. She received huge buffs this season. Her HP was increased. She can actually do critical damage now, and her movement speed while shooting has been increased. Or rather, the penalty for shooting while moving has been decreased. So she moves faster while she's shooting. And if she's doing that on top of her webs, she's going to be moving even faster. So it's this overall, like, huge buffs for her. And I go over that in my short for Peni, which actually blew up. Thank you guys for all the support. Huge. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put Peni in counter meta. I think she's really strong at stopping dive, and I think she is. Well, the thing is though, meta right now seems to be a bit in the poke brawl-ish area, where like teams kind of go together and they play a little bit long range in the beginning, but they all move together towards the end, or at least when they start pushing. And I think Peni is going to be really good at just stopping people from doing that. Like, she's just going to control the zone and she's going to say no. The only pitfall for Peni is her ultimate. It is so awkward to use, and you lose a lot more than you gain in an ultimate. Like, ultimates are supposed to be game changing. You're supposed to prolong your life, deal more damage, heal everybody, like, do something, control enemies. Her ultimate is so, it's, I don't want to say bad, but it is not good. It's not good. It takes away so much more of her kit, because she can stun people out of their ultimates. She can cancel their ultimates. She can constantly, you know, just add mines everywhere. You know, she can replace her generator and move the area denial to different zones. But when you're in your ultimate, when it's spider time, all you can do is just hit people and have a limited supply of mines that you can use. Your webs will extend with you. Your HP will increase, but you just made yourself prime target and you have nothing to defend yourself against that, you know? it kind of works like a variation of Cloak and Dagger's ultimate, where they kind of push people to move forward and you give people space. But it's hard to do that when your whole point is to deny space. Anyways, I don't want to spend too much time on Peni Parker, but I think she's going to be really good in counter. Really good in counter because she prevents a lot of the DPS heroes who are dive, who are poke, who really need to get close brawl from actually doing the best that they can do. So I'm going to put her there. The Thing. The Thing has been an interesting triple tank. He's been a very interesting triple tank. He is a good duo tank, but he's not a good solo tank. Reason being, he's good at reducing damage. He's good at creating space. He's good at preventing escape. But when it comes to actually tanking, it's hard for him to do that. He can't really deny damage on his own. So I'm going to put him in... He's not meta. He's really niche. He's really niche more than anything. But he's a good niche. He's really good. Thor. Thor has been buffed. Really, like he got a huge health increase as well as a base movement speed increase. Now, mind you, don't forget his anchor team up has been removed this season. So it's probably just to compensate for what he lost as an anchor. And I think people will notice this trend as the game goes on. But if a character becomes an anchor for a team up in that season, they receive nerfs. And if they lose their anchor in that season, then they get buffs. It might not be like game-changing buffs or anything like that, but it's substantial, right? And for Thor, I think it's definitely sleeper territory, but he's also a really good counter. I'm gonna put him in niche. I'm gonna put him in niche due to him being really good at dishing out damage, really good at displacing and moving people away, and really, like, when I think Vanguard, I'm thinking Thor. You know what I mean? So let's continue the trend with the rest of the tanks. Actually, I believe we have Groot and Venom and Emma Frost. So we'll go with Groot. Groot, bar none, is meta. He's meta. Those walls are ridiculous. He punishes bad players. He can create, he does just as much zone control as Peni Parker in a different way. He can get his own HP just like Peni. Like he's more. How do I say this? The walls are more obstructions than Penny's mines are, because all you have to do for Penny is destroy the generator. But for Groot, the walls are in a faster rotation than the generator, right? Even if the generator is in a sticky location. So Groot really doesn't need much more. He's meta. Let's see. Venom. I'm going to put Venom in counter. No, I'm not going to put him in counter. I'm going to put him in niche. I'm going to put him in niche. And the reason being is that he is a pub stomper. Bar none. He's a pub stomper. If you don't know how to play against him, he will roll through your enemy team. But the higher you go and the more proficient and adept players become, it's easier to mitigate his dive playstyle. He is an accessory to a lot of the dive duelists that we have in the game, and he's really good at getting distraction, getting control, kind of like Captain America in another way. But the difference is that Venom is more in and out, whereas Captain America can really linger. He can stay there. He can like really harass you. Whereas Venom he's gonna, jump in, he's gonna do some damage, he's gonna stay for as long as he can, get E, and then he's gonna swing out, right? And if you can stun Venom, you've really stopped his push. Whereas Captain America has his shield, so he can reflect that sleep back on you. He can negate the, stuns, the CC that's on him, right? You're gonna need a bit more traditional CC to stop him, like walls or the Scarlet Witch and Hela ones. If he doesn't block them, granted, like his shields can block anything. That's a projectile, granted. So yeah, I'm gonna put Venom in niche, not sleeper, but niche. Like you really gotta have a team surrounding his playstyle to facilitate his strengths. So that goes for all of the tanks. Let me make sure we've got all the tanks. Oh, Emma Frost. I completely forgot. I'm gonna put Emma Frost in counter. She's not meta, in my opinion. This is ooh hot take. She's not meta. And the reason why is because a lot of the meta heroes are really long range to mid range characters. Characters like Hela, like Bucky, like Hawkeye. Who's gonna be better this season? Let's not deny it. You know, characters like Punisher, who's played often. Characters like Star-Lord. These kinds of characters are very long range. They start their engagements from far away. Now, Emma Frost does have her shield, but that's it. None of her abilities can really pierce that long range to mid range engagement. That's the word I was looking for, right? Only when she is up close in your face can she really use the full extent of her kit. You know, can she really charge her primary fire to 100? Can she go diamond and stun you and kick you into a wall? Those kinds of things. And I think she's really good at stopping dive. She's really good at playing in close quarters. She's really good at stopping melee heroes. But if someone can break your shield, and granted her shield has less HP than Doctor Strange, if someone can break that shield, the rest of her play, then she becomes a little squishy almost, you know? So I'm going to put her in counter because she's really good at stopping playstyles, but I don't think she can enable a playstyle or facilitate one on her own, unlike the top three, right? Like, it's just impossible for her to do it by herself. But a really good Emma Frost can do a lot. But then again, that argument applies to every character on this list, right? So let's move on to our duelists. The first hero that I got to change was Black Widow. She can do a shot in between her second kick and her ultimate. I think Black Widow is really good at... The thing is, she's not like meta, but okay, she's sleeper. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Ultimately, that's what I'm trying to say. She's long range. She deals good damage. If anybody gets close to her, her stun ability is ridiculously powerful. Like, let's not discount that, first of all. Her ultimate is really good at denying space. It can actually deal damage too now. The slow debuff is insane. Like, she's good in domination maps or in the payload maps where you have to capture a point. It's on defense, right? Because in those areas, she can play super far back. And if anyone does push her, she can retreat to her team, stun them, kill them, or use her ultimate and just petrify the entire zone, or the objective, or what have you. And I think she's really good for that. Especially now that a lot of the heroes who are going to be meta can damage boost, right? We have Rocket, we have Storm, we have Mantis. Huge characters. So I think she's going to be sleeper pick. I think meta next hero is going to be Hawkeye. I spoke too soon. He's going to be meta, right? They nerfed his range and the charging in season 1 because it was ridiculous in season 2. But the buffs that he received in this season reduce the slow from charging, increases ability damage from the sonic arrow, so like the double hits, and his ultimate is so fast. It is so fast. It's lightning fast. It's amazing. And I think that he's in that niche meta where I think if people give this season time to cook, he's going to be up there. He's going to be up there. He's already a problem for many of the heroes, and he has his own like tools to mitigate people who jump him, right? He can block projectiles with his sword melee when he uses his melee. He has his like sword kick when he pushes people away. And I mean, if he hits a body shot on you, the next shot's gonna kill you, right? And if you're a tank, he's just gonna plink, plink, plink. Your HP is gonna be gone, right? So I'm not sure how prominent he's gonna be, but I do anticipate him being meta. Hela. I think she's still gonna be better. I'm sorry. Like, the nerfs really don't do anything to her. They really don't. Like, what? Increasing the time for her escape ability from 12 to 15. That's only 3 seconds. So just use it more. Like, it's more valuable now. So you're gonna have to be a bit more cognizant on when you want to use it. Spell field damage increased from 30 to 35. So when she gets a kill, the AoE crows will do more damage. And decrease the time from Soul Drainer. I believe Soul Drainer is her stun. That's her stun. Her stun got a buff. That's ridiculous, guys. Like, this is good. Her damage hasn't been changed either. She still has the team up anchor bonus. She is still meta, guys. She is still gonna be meta. People say she got nerfed by numbers, yes, I guess, but like her efficacy, her damage in the game, it's it's still the same. I don't want to say amplified, but it's still the same. It's still really good, you know. Moving forward, Human Torch. Now he got some very complex changes that I think really went under the radar. Whether or not they're good or bad, it depends on how it shapes up for the rest of the season, because I don't want to say he's unpopular, but he isn't being played as much, right? When we compare his release partner, The Thing was played much more often than Human Torch, and I think that's because Human Torch, when you compare him to other flyers, there's a bit of independence to his own kit, whereas Iron Man and Storm have their own kind of team-ups, right? Iron Man is more simplistic. He's got his Unibeam, he's got his cluster bombs, whatever they're called, and he's got his ultimate. Very straightforward hero, and he can fly. He's one of the fastest flyers. Storm has her damage buff, her movement buff, and debuffs by proxy, and her ultimate just keeps on generating over and over again, right? I think Human Torch is really good with Storm. There's no doubt about it, but it's an ultimate team up, and that is something that's hard to rely on because you're not gonna always have that. Whereas other heroes have ability team-ups where you can more count the timer for the cooldown. For example, like Rocket's team up with Punisher, he can just throw it down every time he gets it. He doesn't have to wait. He doesn't need a condition. He just throws it down every time, and Punisher can take advantage of it. You know, the same applies for the new Scarlet Witch. The same applies for the new Emma Frost one, and the Captain America Bucky ones, right? You don't have to wait to use those. You just constantly use them as soon as they become available for you, right? So with that team up and with how he's been shaping up this season, you know, his what is it called? He received a cooldown increase. He gains HP when he uses it though, and this is when he does the flaming meteor, so when he dives, and his attack interval, so his rate of fire has been increased. So I think he is definitely sleeper because he's hard to catch in the air, but he's not going to be able to kind of do as much as some of the other meta heroes, nor counter them, right? He's not a good counter against Hela or Hawkeye, you know, or Groot or Magneto. But I think he can really do really good in a team that facilitates his playstyle, similar to Iron Man and Storm. Speaking of, Iron Man had his hitbox and his overdrive get a buff. So his hitbox size has been reduced, meaning he's a smaller target to hit now. And his armored overdrive, when he goes into like super unibeam, super bombs, he gets about 100 bonus HP, and it falls off 5 seconds later at a rate of 30 per second. So every 5 seconds he loses 30, so in about 15 seconds, majority of it's going to be gone. That's pretty good. Like that increases his survivability, but that doesn't make him a counter. That does not make him a counter, guys. Because what's gonna be meta is like long range heroes, like pokers, like brawlers, and yes, brawlers in the sense of DPS, he's really good against them, but not against the sort of tanks. Like for example, Doctor Strange, like Magneto, like Groot. They can just wall off his ultimate. They could wall off his damage. They could wall him off entirely from the map, right? And in close quarter areas where he can, you know, fight them, they can reach him, so they could kill him. So, and unless he has his Gamma team up, he's not gonna stand a decent. Like he got buffed his regular overdrive damage, but if he really wants to go toe to toe with a tank, especially on his own, he's gonna need that Gamma team up, and a lot of the times Hulk is going to be damaged. I mean, not damaged, but banned or whatever, right? So I'm going to put him in sleeper niche. He is a sleeper pick. He's a really good, reliable pick, but what's really good in this game is going to be really good at stopping him. Unfortunate. Iron Fist. So Iron Fist got a couple of changes that reduce his maximum health, but increase his recovery. They reduced his base damage but increased like the scaling damage, and I think this is moreover a buff for Iron Fist, and it's a buff to the changing playstyle that he received in season 1.5 and season 1, where they kind of were changing his assassin playstyle into more of a fighter playstyle, right? When the game first came out, this guy would just jump in the back line, just beat the shit out of everybody and then leave. Whereas now he can't do it as quickly, but he can do it in your face. He can block, he can survive, he gets HP. You know, he's he has like a heat meter, you know, like the more battle that happens, the more he gets out of it. So I think he's gonna be very niche. And in fact, he can be a good counter. He can be a good counter to a lot of what's good, because let's say he wants to fight a Hawkeye, he can fight a Hawkeye really well. Hawkeye just has to hit his shots though, right? So that means the Iron Fist has to be blocking at the right time. And then at that point, it becomes a player versus player kind of thing, and less of a hero versus hero kind of thing. But I'm going to put him in niche and sleeper due to his, he's not as popular as some of the characters who are meta or who could be counter. Mr. Fantastic. I'm going to, disclaimer, there's going to be bias in this one. Especially considering the huge video that I have planned for him this weekend, guys. Huge video. Look forward to that one. Mr. Fantastic got enormously buffed this season. Just overall huge buffs. This guy can do it all now. He is the 1v1 king. I think the only person who could probably kill him in a 1v1 would be like Wolverine, Squirrel Girl, and Hawkeye. Just like people who can stack damage in his face are the only ones who could probably like easily beat him, right? At that point, it becomes choosing your engagement and what the other team, like there's more dynamics added in other matchups, but I think those three are like the ones who can really stick it to him. I'm going to put him in counter. Because he can do so much to mitigate even more damage on top of what the tanks are already going to be reducing and blocking and tanking, right? And his damage has been increased. And his, what is it called? He has a slow move now. And his ultimate has like the maximum HP sooner. Like he doesn't have to go inflated then use his ultimate. So overall, like this character can just do so much. Okay, we're already at the halfway mark and we're not even through all the characters. So I'm going to be speeding this up a little bit and we're going to be going a little bit faster. So Moon Knight, I'm going to put him in meta because he is just so strong right now. He can get his ultimate super fast. His projectile speed is even faster. He gets bonus HP when he uses his Moonblade. His escape abilities are fast. Like it's just overall, like he just got buffed for season 2. He's gonna be super strong. He was already strong, but now we probably will see him a lot more, especially because he's a really good combo with Groot. He has a really good combo with Groot, and when Groot denies space, that makes it easier for Moon Knight to choose where to put Onks, or just like ricochet the Onks through other teammates. So he's gonna be meta in my opinion. Scarlet Witch. I think Scarlet Witch is teetering. She's like, I don't know. It really I don't know. I don't think she's gonna be, like she's too good for niche. In my opinion, she's too good for niche right now, especially with the Strange team up. I think she's too good for niche, but she isn't like a direct counter to many of the heroes. But she isn't meta completely yet either. You know what I mean? Like it's that really hard spot. But I think I'm going to put her in counter because she can really, really annoy many playstyles and just prevent a lot of progress from happening on the map, right? Her escape ability did get some changes, but her overall damage and her team up enabler, like if they're on the same team, they could do a lot. I'm sorry, they could do so much together. So I think she's gonna be really good counter, and she's gonna be like niche. She's in that, whatever. Bucky, Winter Soldier, he got his hook cooldown time increased. That's a nerf, and they reduced his ultimate so that like the minimum damage needed is a bit more, and the damage of the ultimate has been reduced a little bit. So, and I think people. Like his ultimate was one of the big reasons why he was meta, and I don't think it's been killed. Like it hasn't been killed, mind you, but I think people also, like if he had that Rocket team up this season, I would definitely put him in meta. I think I'm still gonna put him in meta. But I don't think he'll be played as much as he was in season 1.5. I don't think so. So Wolverine. Oh man, like his rage gains has been changed. I'm gonna put him in counter. because when people are sick of going up against tanks, really good tank players, or just tanks in general, people pick Wolverine. He's always a counter pick, right? You can start games with him. You can play him just as you want. I don't think he'll be banned as much as he was in the previous seasons, but he is a counter pick. When those tanks are a problem, people pick Wolverine. You know what I mean? It's just like that. He's in that, like, he's in the opposite spectrum of counter as Mr. Fantastic, whereas Mr. Fantastic can counter a lot of duelists, Wolverine can counter a lot of tanks. So they're in that little spectrum. So those are the heroes that got changes in season 2. Now I want to go over, like, there are other heroes who got changes as well, but by proxy. I think Namor is gonna be meta still. I still think he's gonna be meta, especially now with the Hulk team up. The Gamma Squid is way better than the Luna Squid. Let's be real. That thing increases damage the longer it's on you, and it never misses you. Like, the Luna one was shooting shots, so there was an interval. This one isn't shooting, it's a beam. It's already on you. Once it's on you, it's dealing damage, and it's gonna stay on you unless you break that line of sight. It's powerful. It's ridiculously powerful. And the rest of his kit is still the same. Like, he evaded changes this season, so he's gonna be really strong. Black Panther. I think Black Panther is gonna be niche. It's super hard for him to be meta. He needs a lot more characters out of the game, out of the meta slot to be meta, I think, in my opinion. But I think he's going to be a really good pick for people who really want to clinch up on that triple support, for example, right? And I think he's a really good shredder in that regard. And I'm going to do the same for Magik, but I'm not going to put her in sleeper. I'm going to put her in counter. And the reason why I'm going to put her in counter is because she has a bit more survivability, and her ultimate can negate a lot more support. So, for example, if Luna is ulting and Magik can cut her off, right? If Raccoon is ulting, if it's a team fight, Magik can still get value off of it. If it's Mantis, Magik can still get value. If it's Adam, she can still get value. Jeff, she can dodge Jeff's ultimate with her limbo portals. I think overall Magik is still really good. She's counter. Counter is like that. You are not only countering the meta, but you're also a little bit above sleeper, you know? So moving forward with, let's go from left to right. So who do we have left? We have Psylocke. Psylocke, I think, is gonna be meta. She's always been meta, but I think she's switching spots with Bucky, right? Where Bucky was meta. Well, they were both meta, but Bucky was picked more often than Psylocke because you could get more value out of his ultimate, right? Like, more people can dodge Psylocke's ultimate than people can dodge Bucky's ultimate. But Psylocke this season with the Emma Frost team up is just going to be insanely strong. And not only that, but she hasn't received any changes this season. So she's going to be going in with the buffs that she got from last time. So she's going to be even more powerful, right? I think people are going to pick Emma Frost because people want Magneto to be stronger, right? So it's going to be a really good team up. I don't think she's going to be picked as often. I think Namor might get picked more. Hela will get picked more. Characters like that will be picked more. But super strong. Super valuable to what she provides to the team. Punisher is, I'm gonna put Punisher in counter. Because he's really good at just dishing out damage. And the reason why I'm gonna be putting him in counter, and you know what, I want to place him in meta, but I don't know if people are gonna combine him with Rocket. Now hold on, I'll talk about it more when I get to Rocket. But right now, Punisher himself, he's fine as he is. He still does his damage from range. His turret can melt. His ultimate is amazing. You know, it's anti-CC. Like, nothing can stop him when he's doing his executioning. And his shotgun just can shred those tanks to pieces. Oh my god. Even with the Rocket team up. Like, that. Like, yeah, he's gotten... I don't know if the rate of fire was reduced, but Punisher can really shred, even with the rate of fire nerf or bug. I don't know yet. We don't know yet, I should say. But my god, Punisher can shred with that shotgun. Like, Groot has nothing against that. Magneto can use his barrier and his shield, but I mean, Punisher can just keep going, right? Doctor Strange, what escape that he has? He can fly. Okay, Punisher just aims upwards now. You know, like, it's just super strong for Punisher. So I think I'm going to put him in a really solid counter. And he's also really good at countering some of these characters in counter themselves. For example, Emma Frost. For example, Peni Parker. You know, he's really good at just dishing out suppressive fire, damage, just all of it. He's great. He's great. He's more than a sleeper or a niche pick. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. This menace. He is meta, but not meta in like high level play. And when I say high level play, I don't mean in the ranked game mode, but I mean in like invitationals and tournaments and all that stuff. You don't necessarily see the Spider-Man because what the hell, he's really good. He's meta. I think for overall the spectrum of gaming that you'll see in Marvel Rivals, we can all agree that Spider-Man is pretty strong, right? And for a lot of the characters who have been receiving health nerfs, who have gone down from 275 to 250, they're subject to the Spider-Man Venom team up. Like, they are going to suffer in that team up. I'm sorry to say it. You know, it is what it is. Spider-Man can just get in there and uppercut the shit out of you. He's really strong. Okay, next up, Squirrel Girl. I'm gonna put her in niche. I think she's incredibly strong. Okay, a lot of people discount her, but I think she's really good. People like, yeah, oh, you know, you don't have to aim with her, and you just have to, she's good. She's really good. Okay, let's not, her damage, her ultimate, amazing. Really, really good. Like, Groot, she beats him. If you have a problem with Groot walls, just pick Squirrel Girl. It's not gonna be a problem anymore. You know, tanks always have the hardest. I'm gonna put her in counter. I think tanks always have the hardest time with heroes that can just slap the shit out of you with damage, right? And she could break the meta tanks down. She can break them down, right? So I'm gonna put her in counter because she's not meta yet, because other duelists can easily beat her, especially the meta ones, but she can really stop tanks. Who's next? Star-Lord. Now Star-Lord, oh my god, I forgot Star-Lord did get changes. Oh, dude. Oh, whatever. Anyways, Star-Lord, he got his range. He got fall off introduced to his damage range, and they reduced the damage of his blaster by 5. I think it really depends on how often Adam Warlock and Mantis are going to be played. If people are going to continue with using that team up, because his ultimate is really good. There's no doubt about it. Even if Magneto is always going to be played, he gets it more often than Magneto. I wanna be sure. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe he can get it more often than Magneto. But even then, he can just dodge it, right? So, and his dodge is, you know, invulnerable, like invincible, I should say. He is very fast. He's a wily character. He's hard to pin down. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in meta. Now, the last DPS hero is Storm. I'm going to put Storm in niche. The reason why I'm going to put her in niche is that she's really powerful. She's really strong, but you need a team around her. You need support. You need strategists that can heal her, and you need vanguards that can ensure that nobody's going to be able to look up to her, right? And I think she's going to be a good combo for Doctor Strange. She's going to be a good combo for Magneto. But when it comes to someone like Groot, people are going to be looking not necessarily at Groot all the time, but they're going to be looking at his walls. They're going to be looking at some of the other, you know, constructs and summons that they can break. And Storm is very slow in that regard. And not only that, but Groot's walls kind of prevent her AoE from reaching other people. So I think overall she's going to be niche, but she's going to be a really good niche. So that goes for all of our duelists. I don't think there's anybody else missing. Let's move on to our strategists. Let's start with Adam Warlock, because Adam Warlock got a really devastating nerf, but also a pretty good buff for certain heroes or characters. So let's see. His soul bond was increased from 30 to 40 seconds. 10 seconds. That is brutal. That's bad. I think he is no longer going to be meta, guys. I think someone else is going to take his spot. The other change was his ultimate gives you a 30% restoration instead of just a flat 100. So this is better for tanks because it's almost double the HP they would get from the previous change. Whereas for duelists and supports, if you were 250, you're actually getting a lot less HP from his resurrection. So His team up is still good, but now it's to a hero that got nerfed and to Mantis, who isn't the most prolific or prominent strategist in the game right now. Because I'll tell you who the top 3 supports are. We'll keep going. Cloak Dagger. I did a cool short on them, I should say. Their ultimate now, regardless of the first 3, the 4th zone is the timer, and it's 8 seconds. So you have about 1, 2, 3 plus 8, so about 11 seconds of a really huge ultimate. And if you're on the first zone, you're gonna be there for a while, so that's huge. I think she's gonna be. I think they're gonna be meta, guys. I think they're gonna be meta, and I think that's because Invisible Woman is gonna be brought down a peg. Speaking of Invisible Woman, her shield value was decreased from 300 to 250, and what's even worse is that the cooldown for it, I think, is still the same. That might be a bug, but it's still the same time. No, it's either a bug or the conversion. For how much HP and the cooldown time you get is, what's the word? Estimated, or it's like the word escapes me, but like you're going forward, you're going up. The word escapes me. I'll come back to it later, but I think she's gonna be niche now. I think both Adam Warlock and Sue are going down from meta. I think they're going down from meta. Her ultimate is still amazing. Her healing is still good. You know, but her psionic vortex and her pulse, like, they're okay. They're good. The pulse is better when you're pushing and pulling. But overall, I think the reason why those 2 heroes are going to be brought down a little bit is because, well, I'll get to that guy later. And I think a lot of people know where I'm going with this one. So, Loki in this season got a cooldown increase from 25 to 30 for his regeneration domain. So it's the little rune thingies that come out. It's 5 seconds. It's not as bad as Adam Warlock's nerf, but overall it's still a nerf. A nerf is a nerf, right? I don't think it changes anything. I think he's still going to be that triple support pick. His damage is amazing. His clones are amazing. The regeneration domain, it's 5 seconds. It's just going to be a bit more valuable. You're just going to have to decide whether or not to use them or to copy another support ultimate. It's no big deal. I think he's going to be a good counter pick. And that puts him in that triple pick, right? Mantis got a huge buff, but also an HP nerf. This makes her a target. I think if you go down from 275 to 250, that is a big nerf. That means a lot more duelist heroes can kill you in less shots, and you're also in the Spider-Man one-hit kill range. If you're in that Spider-Man one-hit kill range, you're in trouble. That's all I can say. Now, granted, Mantis does have her sleep. It is about 3 seconds long, it's about 3.3 seconds long, which is pretty good. And her effects can stack. So what you can do is you could have triple support with Mantis and Adam Warlock, where she can increase the damage, and you could have like a Storm, you could have a Black Widow, you could have a Hela, you could have a Hawkeye, and damage is just gonna be boosted. So it's good. I think she's gonna be good. I think she's gonna be good. I think it'd be a good counter pick. And when I say counter pick, in this case, I mean in the fact that she's gonna be like that triple support first choice, right? That triple support first choice. Jeff, nothing much has changed. He is forever gonna be niche. He's strong. I'm not discounting that. This guy's a menace. He's a problem, but he's really strong. But I think it's gonna be very hard for high level play to really bring out his effectiveness, especially when what you really want is healing ultimates or shielding ultimates. So he's gonna be niche, but he's gonna be a really good niche. I love Jeff. Great character. Luna Snow, I don't even know how she is still like this. I don't get it. I don't get it. But we'll see when her team up is eventually changed. We'll see where she ends up. I think that is going to be the big signifier of where she's going to be in the coming seasons. Next up, Rocket Raccoon. He's going to be meta. Sorry, guys. He is the new triple support. If not the new main support in the game. Oh my god, this guy is a problem. He has BRB. His ultimate has been buffed to high hell. I know people are saying that, oh, like the 40% damage is now to 20. And he has shields now. He not only stops other ultimates, but he boosts the rest of the team at the same time. There's no other ultimate that does that. All the other ultimates are just straight up regeneration or healing. Now Luna can damage buff, but she won't heal at the same time. Whereas Rocket, he doesn't heal. It's a regenerating shield, so your maximum HP is increased. That means you can live through so much more. Magneto, doesn't matter. You know, Emma Frost, as long as that amplifier is still there, you might survive that ultimate, you know? Doctor Strange, you might survive that ultimate. You know, Clobbering Time, you might survive that ultimate. Like, there's so much more you could survive now. And if you do survive it, or if you don't get hit by them, you have a 25% damage increase. That is the highest source of damage increase for other people. Storm gets her when she when she amplifies her damage boost, it goes up to 25, so that's for herself. But 25 for everybody? On top of, like, if you stack that with Storm, with Mantis, like, hello? The Guardians are the best strategists in the game, dude. It's ridiculous. So that covers all of the heroes in the game. And I just want to know what you guys think, who you think is going to be meta, what you guys think of my list, what you think, how I organized it, if you think it's a good idea, or if I should have done, you know, S, A, B, C, D, or if I should have gone in a whole new angle. Let me know, guys. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe. I have so much more content for this game coming in the coming weeks, days, what have you. Season 2 is going to be amazing. And I just wanted to, you know what though, while you're still here, let's do a prediction for Ultron. Now, there is going to be some balance changes for Season 2.5, but I think Ultron is going to be a really good counter pick. You know why? Because I think he's going to be in that Loki and Adam Warlock bracket of not a main healer, but really good damage dealer. You know, like that, like it's that DPS hero who just couldn't insta-lock, but can actually heal with this character, right? And for those of you who have seen his kit, you can you get where I'm coming from. For those of you who haven't, I will do a video on that later on. But yeah, I cannot wait, dude. So yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.